Live in Midland, Texas and West Texas. I'm with Deron Logan. We're going to be calling the Mpfl championship game today, which you guys can listen to exclusively on our website and on dpnmedia.net. Deron, real quick, man, you're the host of Saturday Night Lights. How you feel about calling this game today?
Big game right now, or a real big game, Rock, man. We have the San Antonio Warriors versus the West Texas Drillers. Two ranked teams nationally, and the winner out of this game will be the #1 ranked team in the BCS nationally. So this is a real big implication for both ball clubs today.
That's right. So you guys are going to be able to see behind the scenes what goes into our broadcast, how we get prepared, what we're able to do. So stay tuned, RF Sports Radio TV.
About a receiver.
And with Derrick Henry being such an electrifying wide receiver, does that give him an advantage playing DB?
Oh, definitely. We seen him 2 years ago in Dallas. He actually scored a punt return for a touchdown, kick return for a touchdown, 2 receptions for a touchdown, and an interception for a touchdown. So he is electrifying.
Is this one game?
This is one game. A championship game in the TUFL 2 years ago.
Third down now and 9 is the 27 for the Drillers with 8:50 left to go in the third quarter. Snap is back to Clater. Clater will look right and will throw right.
Eagles, that's what they remind you of.
And now Ezekati would attempt to kick into the wind on a 37-yard field goal attempt. We've seen him miss one from about this distance before already. Kick is blocked. And picking it up as they try to fumble around for it. And it's going to be down by number 99.
Ronnie Nunn on the play.
Ronnie Nunn.
You need to see it again? Yeah. You need to see it again? I don't know. I got it right here. Alright, so you just rest. I'm resting.
When it comes to these guys getting to the ball, they're not trying to get their 15 minutes of playing also.
That's going to set up first and
Better known as on Saturday Night Lights. I'm here with the extraordinary Chad Thompson of West Texas Drillers. Chad, tough game, tough break, tough loss, man. But you had it going all game, man. And we were sitting there broadcasting the game, and we thought that they was going to keep giving you the rock, man, letting you do your thing. But you know, came out on the short end of the stick. How you feel about the game?
Nah, man, it was a good game, man. Real good game. I wish I would have got the ball a little bit more too, but you know, it is what it is. You know, stay the champions. Hopefully I ain't here next year. I'm trying to go do bigger things. If not, I'll still be here next year.
All right, and now early in the game, they came out. First drive of the game came out, 3 straight passes, and we were Chad. You know, that's what we thinking. But you know, they started getting you the ball, and you was getting your yards in chunks. You was getting them in chunks. It wasn't in spurts. It was in big chunks. So later in the game, we were expecting when you guys went up by 3 that they was gonna pound the rock on you, and it totally changed the difference. How do you feel about the San Antonio defense?
I mean, I can't really say too much because they won, you know. But as far as them trying to stop our offense, man, running the ball, I think we're the best team out there right now. I mean, I feel like I couldn't be stopped. I feel like the other running backs that was behind me couldn't be stopped. You know, Coach thought he seen something. You know, he went with it.
Yeah, it's understood. That's real understood, man. And like you say, you might move on to bigger, better things next year. And if not, look forward to seeing you with the West Texas Drillers next season. Good luck, man. Congratulations on a good season. Offensive Player of the Year,
Right.
Chad Thompson, the man right here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Appreciate y'all.
Welcome to Saturday Night Lights here. I'm standing here with the quarterback, the starting quarterback in the Mpfl 2011 championship game, Shanklin Bowl, with Corey Baker. Corey, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Congratulations, first of all, on the win. Man, you put the team on your back. I enjoyed watching you play. You played your butt off, man, and my hat's off to you. Player of the game to me, man. Just take us through what you were seeing out there in that defense. You exploited the defense all night. The defense secondary all night, you exploited those guys. What were you looking at?
No, I mean, you know, they're a great defense. They played real well. They had a great blitzing scheme, and you know, they disguised their defenses real well. They were cover 2 a few times. They did cover 0. Yeah, I mean, they had just a great defense. They did whatever they want pretty much.
And I see that you work the outside routes a lot against those cornerbacks out there. Sometimes they play press, sometimes they play zone on you. What exactly was Coach calling plays for you to throw?
You know, we just noticed that their cornerbacks were playing quite a bit of ways off, and we just get a few yards here and there. They weren't going to give up the big deep ball, you can see that, but we just kept trying to hit them short and outside most of the time.
I gotta go there. Man. 4th and 20, and they called to go for it. You did what you could. You know, some people say you made sure to throw it away. You threw it, got the pick, came out of the game. What was that about?
Well, I mean, you know, this is the way I look at it. I mean, we're down. It's 4th and 20. We got the wind in our face. I mean, throwing it away, you don't have a chance. Throwing it up, you never know. I mean, it's just like I picked it up. They picked it off. It's pretty much like them getting a punt return. You know, they're gonna get it back whether or not you throw an awesome pass or not. So I mean, either way, I don't regret my decision on that.
Right, and that's what we were saying in the booth. Exactly, that's what it was, like a punt. But man, I take my hats off to you. Congratulations on the victory. Go celebrate with the guys, man. MVP in my book. Quarterback, starting quarterback.
Appreciate it, guys.
Run over to the stadium, 9 lights here. Coach Thompson of the West Texas Drillers. Coach, first of all, congratulations on a good season. You made it to the ship. Didn't get the Shanklin Trophy. How do you feel about the season overall?
Overall, we had a good season. We just came up short. We came up short to a good football team who, from what I understand, wins these things. So it just wasn't our time.
And early in the game, your offense came out kind of stagnant early in the game. You couldn't get the wheels rolling quite a bit, but in the second half, picked it up and started playing driller football like drillers do. And you got Chad Thompson rolling. And how were you able to implement him in and get him to get not only 3- and 4-yard gains, but big chunks at a time?
Just will, adjusting, talking to the O-line after every series and figuring out where we can run the ball and where we're having trouble running the ball. And then they just told me, Coach, look, let's just stick our hands in the ground and just run this thing. He said, we'll block them. So that's what we did. We started running football.
Okay, and late in the game, your All-American quarterback, Clayton, goes down on an option play. Tough break for you guys. How did that play a part in the outcome of this ball game? Or how much did it play a part in the outcome of this ball game?
It hurt us a little bit. It wasn't as serious as it looked. It was the ankle that he hurt earlier in the season a couple of times. So we had no problem with it. But I brought in Walter Washington, who played for me indoors. Heck of a quarterback. So I didn't panic. Putting Walter in, I thought we would start to throw the ball a little better, to start moving the ball. We started running, but then we started biting ourselves in the foot. We get the ball snapped over our head. We tried to hand off and fumble the football. So we went back to getting stagnant again. It was time to throw the ball. And unfortunately, Joseph went down, but I knew I had Walter back there. So, just didn't have no time.
Right there, Coach, this is the last question for you. It's a tough one. Certain things coaches don't like to answer, but up in the broadcast booth, one thing that we did notice that your secondary gave up quite a few yards. They bend, didn't break, but they gave up more than usual in the passing game tonight. And how were the San Antonio Warriors able to get those underneath routes? Was it because you were playing bump and the guys were fast over there in San Antonio, or was it because they were finding the holes in the zone defense?
I think we should have pressured them a little bit more, and I was telling our defense to put more pressure on them, make them get the ball out their hands a little quicker, and just telling our DBs to get up on them and kind of be physical with them. The big plays that they made, that one touchdown that toward the end, we were in a soft zone, but we had a blitz underneath, we just didn't get to it. But I thought they played well. Our defense been carrying us all year long.
Right.
We had blowout games that you didn't really see it, but the last 2 playoff games before this championship game, you saw what kind of defense we had.
Right.
So, and then when we don't do what we're supposed to do on offense, and that's score points and move the football and control the game, we put too much on them and they can get tired.
Right. I understand. Well, Coach, again, congratulations on the season. 2 bad she couldn't win it all. Look forward to seeing you guys next year. And have a good one. So.
We'll see you guys next week. I'll be at the All-Star game.
All right, and again, I'm Deron Logan, Saturday Night Lights, here with Coach Thompson, West Texas Drillers. This is how we do
RF Sports Radio and RF Sports Radio TV here live with the Commissioner of the Mpfl, J.C. Kimmy. Just got through calling a great game, 21-17, brand new champions of the Mpfl, the San Antonio Warriors. And I got to ask you, J.C., while we have you, gracing your presence in your nice Italian suit, what do you think about the game overall today?
This was finally a championship game that lived up to the hype. There was so much going into it in terms of the clash of styles, and then the whole pot was sweetened by the fact that this was indeed the semi-pro BCS national championship game. And a lot of times games like that, national championship games and Super Bowls, don't live up to the hype. Rock, this one was a good one from beginning to end. It had drama, it had ebbs and flows. It looked like the Drillers had the thing wrapped up 17-14 when Michael Heaton himself picked off that pass in the middle of the field. But lo and behold, what a substitution, what a move by the master himself, Glenn White, in bringing in Stephen James to engineer a comeback drive in which he was 4 for 4 on that drive, culminating in a touchdown. Wow, is all I can say to that one.
And to be honest with you, while we were doing the broadcast, the whole internet world was going nuts, as they like to say. Twitter was on fire, the chat room was on fire, a lot of participation from the fans, man, and I know they want to thank you for putting on a great product this year. But I gotta ask you, when you got down there presenting that trophy, how proud did that make you feel that now you not only crowned the Mpfl champion, but the #1 semi-pro football team in the nation?
Not one, but 2 years in a row. I gotta tell you, I don't make any tackles, I don't throw any passes. But if you don't think I'm proud that the Mpfl is 2 years into this thing and we have 2 national champions, 2 different teams no less, you are out of your mind. I am so ecstatic right now, man. I feel like I just played a football game without all of the bumps and bruises, man. Hats off to both of the teams. The West Texas Drillers are a very game football team. They were a very gracious host for myself and the whole Deep End crew. And I gotta say, fantastic job on the call by none other than Rock Fisher and Deron Logan on the color. I enjoyed watching the game. I enjoyed listening to it. Of course, I'm such a fan. I'm going to go back and I'm going to listen to the replay. And don't miss Saturday Night Lights on Monday night, man. We're going to chop up all of the different calls and highlights of this game. D'Lo's going to give you his thoughts on it. I'm sure Rock Fisher's going to pop on and talk about it. You couldn't keep me away. I'm going to be in the house making an appearance, man. We can't wait. And let me tell you something. In terms of the Mpfl, back-to-back national champions, 2 years in a row. Let me just say this. We've only just begun.
That's right. And I want to close out by thanking you, #1, for welcoming our show on with the Mpfl. It's been a pleasure calling the games this year. This was the best game I think we've ever done, me and Deron Logan. And I hate to tell you, but since we have done a BCS championship game, our price has gone up. So if those of you guys watching out there, if you want a championship team to broadcast your game, give us a call or tune in, rfsportsradio.com, RF Sports Radio TV.